So you've made it to the final video in our Introduction to Foster Care series, and we're so thankful that we have you here. You've learned a lot about what it takes to be a foster parent, what expectations are there for you as a foster parent. You've heard from some foster care alumni as well as some experienced foster care parents as well. So you may be wondering, what's your next step? Well, your next step is to sign up for an informational or orientation session in your area. And at that orientation, you'll find out again more about being a foster parent and the expectations of you in that state. From that orientation, that's when we begin the training process. And like I told you earlier, we'll be getting into your business with all of the background checks, the clearances, the fingerprints, personal references, professional references as well. The goal of this entire process is to ensure that you're a safe, responsible, and secure family for children who have gone through some very hard things. So we're called to equip you to care for these children. In a perfect world, to become licensed as a foster parent takes 3 to 6 months. That is you turning in your paperwork on time, completing everything, and being able to meet with your licensor expeditiously so we can get this work done. But guess what? Typically, it takes around 9 months, so expect a 9-month time frame. Throughout this video series, you've heard a lot about caring for children who experience trauma. And as a foster parent, our goal is to prepare you to care for these children. It's called trauma-informed parenting because it's so important for you to understand the differences in parenting children who've experienced trauma. It's not the same as raising biological children who have a natural connection to you. Children who've experienced trauma need different strategies. They need you to approach things differently, especially discipline differently. That connectivity is so important. So you will be equipped. Please pay attention. I'm going to say that with a smile. Please pay attention in training because we're equipping you for what to expect when the children enter your home. And oftentimes foster parents or potential foster parents come to the training and they just want to get it done because they're eager, they're excited, and they want to get the kids at home. And they sometimes hear some of the stuff that we say, and when the children get there, they're like, oh, this is what you meant. You will experience that as a foster parent. So again, we're here to equip you. We're here to provide all of the resources to you, and know Bethany is going to continue to walk alongside you so you and your family can do this work as a foster parent and do it well. We have a great need. There's a great need for foster parents willing to step up specifically for teens. Because when teens enter the foster care system, most of the time they end up in residential care or group home care. And what does that look like? It looks like staff who are changing shifts every 8 hours. It looks like the strict schedule, locked bedrooms, school on campus, kids not being able to just be a kid. Institutional care is not normal. We need families willing to care for these teens so they can have a normal childhood, and you can make that impact in their life. Oftentimes, families come to Bethany with this idea of the perfect child for their family, and they have these expectations of what that child looks like, their age and their experiences and everything else. But I ask you to just stretch that. God clearly brought you here. He brought you to Bethany. And so when it's all said and done, He knows exactly who He's called and intended you to raise and to parent. So I ask you to stretch. You may be interested in a younger child, but guess what? Our statement of need, we need families for school-age children, for children over the age of 8, for teens, for sibling groups, for parents who are willing to parent minority children as well. We have a great need for more minority foster parents too. We need you. We need you now. I'm so glad you stayed with us this long. Families who decide to be foster parents, you don't just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna call Bethany and be a foster parent. You've been praying about this. You've been thinking about this, sometimes for years. And I'm so thankful that you've taken that next step and you're ready to move forward. We have kids who are in the system who need you, and they need you now. And the decision that you make today will make an incredible change and a life impact for this child. Not only for this child, but for generations to come. thank you for being a part of that life change. I often hear from families who are interested in being a foster parent that they feel this calling. They feel called to care for children, that they know God laid it on their heart and here's what they're called to do. And absolutely, foster care is a biblical thing. If you're praying about this, I'm here to let you know God put this thing on your heart. And anything that He calls you to do, He also equips you to do. And Bethany is here to help with that process as well. A father to the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in His holy dwelling. Where is His holy dwelling? God is not a God that hangs out in the sky. He's in each and every one of us. So His holy dwelling, He literally feeds the hungry. He cares for the orphan. He provides for those who are sick, and He does it all through you. If you've been praying about being a foster parent, please know that God put that on your heart. And anything that He calls you to, He equips you to do. And Bethany is here to help you walk through that process.